Well, here we go again. Hearthflame Ogerpon just got banned from Scarlet and Violet OU metagame. The second ban after Baxcalibur's ban as well, which is a couple days if you guys haven't known already. Baxcalibur previously was banned for Scale Shot, Aurora Veil, Ninetales support. Ogerpon Hearthflame, on the other hand, is a totally new Pokemon that we have not seen in the metagame since the release of Teal Mask DLC. And it has not even been that much. What has it been, like a week or like like 9 days since the release of the game, and Hearthflame Ogerpon has been immensely overpowerful. So reading down here, it's really clearly explained, right? Firegrass Stab, which has incredible coverage across the board, and especially with its signature move of Ivy Cudgel, and then you got grass type moves like Horn Leech and a setup move like Sword Stance, alongside the ability of Mold Breaker. It made it immensely powerful to come in on a switch in. While yes, it's the 110 speed was its only hindrance, it still though was offering major damage, especially as a grass and fire type prior to its terrestrialization, and recover options like play off and knockoff. It was really good. So going back to the moveset that I was talking about earlier, right? This is like a very common moveset. You could run Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, play rough, and then you could also have knockoff instead of this. It's really good to have like obviously the fire grass coverage because of its typing and stab, and Sword Sense is set up, and the last move is really up to you. And what it really like to do, it really love to be with set up Pokemon like Ribombee, because they're able to set up something called Sticky Web, which could help out its 110 speed tier. Now 110 isn't all that bad, and if we actually look at it, 110 is like right in the middle of like general Pokemon. Like it's the same as Iron Moth. It's like faster than Alolan Talon Ninetales by one stage, and the same with Walking Wake, and 2 stages by Infernape, faster than Monkey Dory, Iron Treads, etc. But it's also slower than some key Pokemon in the metagame like Iron Valiant, Roaring Moon, Greninja, and you got Meowscarada, etc. So it had a hindrance on both sides, and Greninja especially could probably take advantage of like a revenge kill because it did have like Protean, and it had a 122 speed tier, and it was a water type, so it could hit with like a Water Shuriken or Hydro Pump on like a switch or something to that effect, right? But Ogerpon was like really good, and especially, and then when it has hazard stacks is like really good. Ribombee, you got something like Gliscor as well, which also helps, which is immensely powerful in this metagame right now because of the addition of Toxic Spikes, which is something I'll talk about a bit later in another video, right? So I'm not going to get too much into it. But Ribombee with Sticky Web was able to slow down opponents, and then Ogerpon could go ham with sources Ivy Cudgel, Horn Leech, and then play rough, excuse me, because with the one lower stage, it can literally outspeed everything, and it's just too scary to deal with on the offensive end. And so there was counterplay in the form of Moltres and like Talonflame, for example, but the issue is, while they can take hits, I've seen calcs and like other things where Ogerpon can still reliably do almost surely over 50% damage, if not come close to KOing them. So while yeah, fire flying and all that kind of stuff is good, it's just like not that well. And the difference between this and Wellspring Mask, in my opinion, is Wellspring Mask, they actually have water absorb users that could counter its Ivy Cudgel. With Ogerpon, like Hearthflame Max, for example, the Flash Fire users, you got Heatran, yeah, but Heatran prefers to run Flame Body in that aspect, right? You got Ninetales, yeah, but Ninetales prefers to run Drought. You got Hisuian and Arcanine, but they prefer to run something else. Yeah, you could run Ceruledge, but Ceruledge is also weak to a lot of the other meta Pokemon currently, and the Teal Mask Pokemon like Blood Moon or Luna is also not going to help in the situation. Flash Fire isn't that common, it's not that useful per se, so like yeah, it's just like not that good in that retrospect. So trying to counter Ogerpon, because Grass Fire really complements each other in that aspect, and then its Embody aspect ability as well, giving another +1 attack with its mask giving a 1.2 multiplier alongside Sword Stance. It was way too powerful in the metagame, and this was clearly the most offensive Ogerpon out of the 4 because of its Mold Breaker abilities. So this thing really did have to go. It was really like team binding per se on a lot of teams, and it really hit a lot of the meta Pokemon. Even Pokemon like Dondozo, right, that is a pure water type and could probably have like Unaware or Oblivious or like whatever you want to put. Horn Leech is still going to do a ton of damage because it's Ogerpon, and Ogerpon, like us, it also has Mold Breaker ability before it terrestrializes. So once Dondozo is gone, it can then Terra and then go ham on the opponent's side. And with hazards becoming more difficult to room because of Pokemon like Goldango, not many Defog users as well, etc., right? Defog users not that common. There's a lot of other Pokemon that could really come into play, and just overall general Pokemon, because like this Pokemon just hit hard in general. So there's gonna be a lot of uptick in like diversity in teams, in my opinion, once this Pokemon's gone. And that's not to say like all things perfect. We still got the other like 3 Ogerpon forms in the tier, Grass obviously being the worst one because it's easily counterable with its solo typing, but the other 2 are still there, so there's still a lot more to go through. Tell me in the comments below what you guys think, what should be banned next. If you guys are new, please be sure to subscribe for more competitive content like this. I have a new video coming out in a couple hours, hopefully by the time you see this, or it might be up by the time you see this, so yeah, that's also out, so that's new. And yeah, join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Other than that, tell me in the comments below what you guys want to see me cover next, Pokemon wise, competitive, and yeah, see you in the next ban.